Okay, here we go. July 5th, 1998. Kyle's getting suited up for his first practice. Getting ready to rock and roll. Oh, there's his pit crew, Travis, crew chief, helping him unload.
There you go in the rock.
Come on, Kyle.
Here you come, your leader is now number 77. That's Kyle Wyman from Macedon. He's 8 years old.
How was it?
Great.
Yeah, you like it?
Yep.
Ready to go racing?
Yup. Yup, Travis.
Double zero machine is Travis Wyman out of Macedon in the number 6.
It's amazing to come and ride with the pros here.
Parks Harley-Davidson. My mom and dad, my brothers Kyle and Cody.
Number 3, Travis Wyman.
Kyle Wyman, center, the winner.
I'd like to thank my brothers Travis and Cody.
Winning trophy.
These Harleys are just too much fun. We live in a very dangerous world of racing. The risks that are taken are probably more than just about any other sport out there.
It's the final for Mission King of the Baggers to decide this championship.
This is something I've dreamed of since I was a kid, idolizing the factory Harley-Davidson riders.
What comes along with a factory team is the expectation that you're there to win. You can't run that number 1 unless you go win the championship.
1 minute to pit lane opening, 1 minute.
We're in a unique position that we have two brothers that grew up together and they will sort it out their own way. We make sure that we still have a number 1 plate, whoever's got it. It raises everybody when you see both bikes are capable of winning.
It all comes down to this, and unfortunately the rain has certainly picked up.
It's hard to see all of a sudden. This is going to be dangerous.
Track is open for baggers.
Here comes Kyle Wyman. Is it about that Harley-Davidson horsepower? Side by side, they go into turn number 1. Kyle Wyman takes victory here. Yeah, a lot to celebrate for Kyle. Big step toward the title.
We've lost Kyle Wyman, haven't we? And you can see him holding his left arm.
Coming here with a broken elbow. Look at the job that Kyle Wyman is doing right now. The checkered flag awaits. And Kyle Wyman will be your national champion.
I truly feel like the bike is just an extension of me. I'm so comfortable on it. I can put it wherever I want. I can do whatever I want with it. That's everything you search for as a rider. I'm Kyle Wyman. We're out here at Indy Motorsports Ranch and we're testing the Harley-Davidson factory Road Glide Bagger, the Screaming Eagle Harley-Davidson team. You know, going into this year, I decided to commit full-time to Harley-Davidson. We have 6 rounds instead of 3 that we had last year. Daytona, our opener, is a double header, so 7 races, a lot more to prepare for.
We might have to lower that a little bit.
Lower the 1?
Yeah.
I like seeing it there. Yeah, a little friendly reminder.
There's something very special about putting the number 1 on your motorcycle and showing that you are the champion of the series. You're defending your title, and you've earned that right.
If anybody says if you don't win it, it's okay, no, it's not okay. Like, that's everything. So, that's what we're here to do.
Travis Wyman, number 10, Factory Harley-Davidson Screaming Eagle, King of the Baggers rider. This is my first real opportunity of being on a factory team. I mean, I have to pinch myself sometimes because, you know, I watch videos of myself on track and I'm like, man, those guys are crazy. And I'm like, that's me, you know? It's like, it's kind of surreal. You know, I don't even really know my place at times to ask for things. We just spent a half hour in there talking about, you know, cutting this and moving this and changing things around to suit my riding style a little bit better. And that's something I've never had really the means to do.
When Travis joined in the middle of the season in 2021, Travis's job was to help Kyle win the championship. We went into 2022 having conversation with Travis that, hey Travis, your only team order was not to take out your teammate. Do as well as you possibly can, the exact same team orders that Kyle had.
For as long as I can remember back, I mean, Harley's been in my life. Growing up in a dealership, my grandfather started 60 years ago, and both of my parents drag raced Harley-Davidsons. Some of the earliest memories I have of being pushed around in a stroller at the drag strip while either my dad's in the staging line for his race or my mom is. We've been involved in racing since day one, and I think that's what we were kind of born to do, and it's pretty amazing to see how far it's come. It's starting to set in that I'm a factory Harley rider. Not fully yet, but we're getting there.
Missing a little bit off the bottom. Other than that, feels like my bike. Feels like your bike? Yeah. Awesome.
This truly is an in-house factory effort. The people who are under that tent, spinning wrenches and working on these motorcycles, they are engineers of Harley-Davidson.
We're all gearheads. We all love being in the paddock. We all have some sort of racing background.
We knew we had to come out swinging, so we've got more power than we did last year. We have all the data that we collected last year, which feeds into how we set up the suspension.
Things that we're learning on the track, we can bring back into designs and thoughts and things that we want to do in production, which is really cool.
I'm touching the front everywhere, I'm scraping everything.
All the engineers and all the tuners, that's their job. Figure out what it is that the rider really wants out of it and figure out how to give that to them.
We're not building bikes, you know, continuing from last year. We're stepping it up to the next level. We're trying to build more of a super bike style bagger. So just trying to get everything to that next level has been a challenge for everybody.
I don't know if I'll ever be fully comfortable racing a road glide, but we'll get as close as we can.
My baseline is what I know from Kyle last year, so I got to figure out what he wants.
We had some things that weren't quite running correctly, so there's so many new parts on the new race bike that there's just a lot of things we need to sort out.
You're probably fine if it's grabbing hold and not slipping.
Dave, he's our import from England. When we decided to commit full-time to Harley-Davidson, I really wanted to bring him along. A guy who's, you know, built bikes that have podiumed at the Isle of Man TT, podium in World Superbike, British Superbike Championship, a road racing purist from England. And he's here putting all of his knowledge into this Harley-Davidson factory effort on a bagger.
I like the fact that I can apply a lot of what I've learned over the years into something that is totally new and totally different, and something that was never designed to go near a track.
I put the hardest in right away to get it plenty out.
People sometimes ask, oh, do you get to go on the bike and that kind of thing? But I'm always like, no, because I can't do what I'm building justice, where these boys can.
Dave and I have been working together for building these bikes.
I'm teaching him racing, and he's teaching me Harleys. Rather than looking at it as a Harley road glide that we're trying to get around the track, you have to look at it as if we have the opportunity to build a superbike with a Harley heart.
When it gets tense, you do have to lighten the mood, and we get, you know, some British comments thrown in here and there from Dave, and we all have to try and figure out what he's even saying. So, yeah, Google Translate doesn't translate English to English.
My name is Hannah Wyman. Some people may recognize me as Hannah Lopa, working as a pit lane reporter for Moto America. On a weekend like a test weekend, I have a lot more freedom to be Hannah Wyman and to be a supportive race wife. I do keep my distance, and I think that's just because I have so much respect for what he's doing, but also I like to be nearby and I like to support him. On a race weekend, we don't see each other hardly at all. I mean, I do have to interview him. It is part of my job.
Kyle, this has to be a full circle moment for you. How are you feeling right now?
It's pretty amazing just getting a chance.
Outsiders looking in think it's such a funny thing and they're so amused by it, but for both of us, it's just business as usual. We're here to work, we have a job to do.
Not racing Superbike is a big change for me. I've been chasing that for 10 years as a team owner.
To have this opportunity to be a factory rider and only a rider with no other responsibilities other than show up to work and win a championship. That's something that is so special for Kyle.
That's everything I've ever wanted. I know that if I can bring the best version of myself, that we're gonna be just fine. Really what my focus is just making the best bike package possible so I have the best tool for the job.
Daytona is one of the fastest, if not the fastest racetrack you go to. The track is immense. When you roll into one of those NASCAR turns in the banking and you feel the G-forces compress the whole bike down, your chest is pushed down into the tank, and to look forward, you're looking up in the banking as you're powering through it.
As a first race of the year, it's a bit of an enigma. It's hard to gauge the rest of the season on the one track because it throws up strange results.
There's going to be a lot more strategy with the draft and, who's up front, what position you want to be in to try to maximize that last run out of the chicane.
We've been working really hard with Travis and getting him as much seat time as possible to get it exactly where he wants it. These guys being comfortable on the bike, comfortable with us as a team, makes a huge difference when they go out there and push these bikes, to the limit.
I was fastest in qualifying, and this morning got up to speed, felt good, and then it was like, holy crap, I'm on pole and we're racing Daytona.
King of the Baggers. It's turned into a really interesting and competitive series, and some big names. Kyle Wyman, the defending champion. He's got a teammate this year in his brother, Travis Wyman. Jeremy McWilliams, former 250 Grand Prix race winner, Tyler O'Hara.
Tyler O'Hara, he lost the championship to Kyle Wyman. He wants to get it back.
I think I liked it better when you held this thing for me. Yeah? Yeah. Pretty cool place to be, sitting on a bagger.
So here we go, race number 1. Clutches are out. Kyle Wyman with a wheel in the air. Travis Wyman gets out to an early launch.
Travis misses a gear there, goes a little bit wide in turn 1. Kyle has a look over his shoulder to see if anybody was with him.
You can make that.
Yeah, 5 laps.
You're on lap 3 of 8. Lap 3 of 8.
Now Kyle makes a huge mistake. So all of a sudden Kyle has lost the lead. He goes from first back down to third.
Yeah, it looks like he missed a shift.
You can see that Kyle's now got himself back up onto the back of Tyler O'Hara.
And he will pass and work his way up to second spot. A good move for Kyle Wyman.
Now get in line, get in line.
He is fully in the draft of his brother. He's caught back up, but O'Hara is within striking distance again.
And there goes Tyler O'Hara into second and looking.
Go, Trav, come on.
Checkered flag is out, and oh, there it is! For the race win, O'Hara with a perfectly timed move.
Man. Almighty draft.
Obviously pretty disappointed. Happy to have both Harley-Davidson Screaming Eagle factory bikes on the podium today, but we got to be better.
You can test and test and test, but until you're chasing somebody down hard around here, it's never quite the same.
I'm here with a weather report. It's raining. Dave calls it beautiful weather because he's from England, doesn't know any better. But yeah, not great for racing.
We did have heavy rain here this morning, but it blew out of here.
If they've made any changes between yesterday and today, they did not have the opportunity to get out this morning because of the inclement weather conditions. This is the first time so far today that all of these riders have gotten to see the track.
That session we almost got, they would have been handy.
Daytona is a place where it can get sketchy no matter what the conditions are. It's always a crapshoot.
transmission. King of the Baggers, race number 2 is underway.
It's a great start from Tyler O'Hara with Kyle Wyman's going to slot in right behind him. There was some confusion on the start between Travis and Kyle swapping spots. Travis Wyman's the one that I'm looking for back there to see if he's going to be able to catch up to these three.
Kyle Wyman with a big mistake, and he will lose a couple of positions.
Just look at how much these bikes are moving around underneath these guys, both going into corners, and you can see them leaving big dark marks on the track.
There's Kyle Wyman.
It looks like there's some smoke coming out of it. Smoke coming from Kyle's bike. I know that they made a gearing change on that motorcycle before the start of this race. You can see Kyle bike has shut itself off and it's done.
That is horrible for the number 1 plate.
Well, something's definitely gone on because Travis Wyman, he's not even close either today.
Here is the final lap.
Both the factory Harleys having a couple little issues here in the second race of the weekend.
And there they go, to the line we go. Checker flag is out, and it's going to be Jeremy McWilliams who holds off Tyler O'Hara for the win.
You can't afford throwaway races, be it mechanical or physically as the rider. He already has his lost race for the year. He cannot afford anymore.
He's on a little bit of a hole now. He's got to try to dig himself out.
There'll be a lot of work done, because I don't take losing very well.
All I know is that we get these bikes working the way I know they can, we can go out and win races. So we're just getting started. I've been a little bit frustrated this weekend with some things. We could be making it a lot tougher on the competition. But right now we're making it a little tough on ourselves. And I might be sitting here frustrated still, after the race, but come tomorrow, it's a new day. You just gotta, start fresh and try to kick some ass. Want to build a race bike? Let's build a race bike.
I'm not joking when I say the team hasn't taken a day off since Daytona. Sun up to sundown. We're pushing the entire bike to the absolute limit, and we're finding that limit and understanding what that next limit is, and right now we're battling the transmissions. So it's been the primary focus of the team to get the transmission to a point where the riders have confidence sitting going around the track. And I think if that's fixed, all the other little incremental improvements will be in a great spot.
We ripped apart the transmissions that we were using. We ripped apart OE transmissions. We figured out what we could do to improve everything. It was all hands on deck. And when I say all hands, like everyone was involved with whatever we could do to make this transmission better.
You take it on the chin and you go, okay, right, what do we have to do to be better? And that's what we've done.
The Harley team, they've been fast. Kyle's kind of set the pace. I mean, they're like 5 or 6 seconds quicker than they went last year.
They came out with an entire new gearbox for us within like 4 weeks, which is just unreal. I mean, that's stuff that takes years. They knew what they had to do and they got it done. I feel just so ready, so calm, so prepared, especially with what these guys have brought in this Road Glide this weekend. Like, as long as I don't make a big error, like, we're gonna be fine. It's gonna be good.
This year, Moto America added this mission challenge. After qualifying, they'll line up and do a quick sprint race with a $5,000 cash purse, winner takes all.
Let's see how they can fit two of these big bikes in a tight area. There's Kyle Wyman up into second spot. He's got one more spot to go and he pushes too hard. Down goes Wyman and the Harley Davidson hits the floor.
Kyle could see Tyler O'Hara trying to get away, and he didn't want to let that happen.
We lost a bag and a couple of bits of bodywork and an exhaust and a peg, and he's in good enough shape to deal with it. We took the opportunity to fix a couple of things I've been wanting to look at. We did work late, but it was worth it. He's fine, there's no injuries, no nothing, so draw a line under it, smash the hell out of Indian this afternoon.
I got a bad start and was impatient trying to make up that lost ground. Unfortunate that, crashing out made me 6th on the grid for the points paying race, so I really need to prioritize getting a good start.
In your hands now. Show them why you're the champ.
Kyle Wyman, the defending champ. Can he defend here in Atlanta?
I think he's still the guy to beat, the #1 plate.
If Tyler goes for it on the line like he does, and everybody moves across, Kyle might have a clear road. So I said to Kyle, just keep your peripheral to your left.
Nice jump! Yes! 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 That's the jump! Get it!
Fong goes down.
Oh!
So Fong down and out of this race.
Now we got this battle at the front between Rispoli, Kyle Wyman.
Come on, get out front.
Kyle Wyman slides himself up underneath Rispoli into turn 6.
Here we go, there we go. Yeah! What I'm talking about.
Kyle's trying to get the thing comfortably sideways.
Come on, Trav.
I'm wondering what's going on with Travis, if he's had a problem.
Here he goes, your national champion will come across the line and win here at Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta.
For Kyle, it's a nice little bounce back from Daytona and the stuff that he had to deal with down there.
This win's got to feel kind of like vindication today.
These guys have busted their ass day and night since Daytona to get us here. I had to exercise some patience today. Had to remind myself that this thing's not quite there yet where I can just pancake it on the side of the tire that quick. Honestly, I think if I didn't crash yesterday and learn that lesson, I might have crashed out today.
Why aren't we seeing Travis Wyman with the same lap times as Kyle? He's missing something.
We uncovered some braking issues and I found myself fading back pretty early and ended up 6th, which is pretty disappointing.
We ran into an issue. You hope you find it at practice. You hope you find it at testing. You don't want to find it in the races. So that's the main thing.
The thing I noticed about Travis is sometimes it's not what he says, it's what he doesn't say. I think we're in a good spot going forward.
This is funny. I hit go home in the Garmin.
Where did it say?
But we've never taken this home, so it doesn't know where home is.
Oh.
Been on the road for 12 weeks, so it'd be nice to get back and refresh my memory of what my house looks like.
We're going to be in Macedon, New York at Harv's Harley-Davidson, our family's dealership. We have our 60th anniversary celebration this weekend.
It's nice to be home.
We don't spend too much time in any one place. Wherever we are together is home, essentially. He's a workaholic for sure, but when I can get him to take a step back and really just take a break and enjoy things, we have a lot of fun together.
In my mom's office, there's not an inch of wall that's not us racing.
Wait, let me get a close-up.
It's cool that my mom kept all this stuff. All of our art projects we did revolved around racing. This one here is mine of Chris Carr. We each had our own bedrooms and we designed them our own way. And I decided I wanted to put every cover of Cycle News on my ceiling and wall. And it's funny, I ended up getting on my own 2 covers there. My first race. Crashed.
No.
How many bowls do you guys have?
This is an 8th place trophy. Wow. I know, right? It's just really cool that the team gets to come out, and see where we grew up, what got us all started, and why this means so much for us to be factory Harley riders, because it's kind of all we've known since we were born.
Here in Wisconsin, in Harley-Davidson's backyard.
This track at Road America is one that everybody loves.
There's the king of the Harleys. He holds that #1 plate, Kyle Wyman.
This morning he did the new track record at a 24.2.
Travis was only 2/10 off. Kyle's going to be blocking just in front. Travis does it. He was able to use a little bit of that draft from his brother. Travis Wyman jumps up to the top.
So Trav got him by 400ths of a second. Kyle's not going to like that. No. Close to P1. Not P1? What happened? That little guy behind you.
Travis?
Yeah.
All right.
The Indians are waiting. I know. Down there waiting for you. Like it. Ready to go out qualifying, and Kyle said, "Hey man, how about if I run a 22.9?" I was like, "That's nice, but why don't you make it 22.8?"
Let's see what Kyle Wyman has. Needs to beat a 2:24.25. Stomps it. Stomps it.
Goes out and runs 22.7, and that was a fast lap.
A second and a half faster than Tyler O'Hara.
What was the ideal time?
I know. You had to one up.
We've been able to keep our distance from the other guys for the entire weekend, and we haven't run together at all. So I think it's going to shape up to be a pretty good green-white checker here.
We have a bit of a game plan if we can make it work, but we've got to be together to make the game plan work. So it really depends on the start. It's going to be entertaining. Stay tuned.
Head down, man. Let's get some money.
Jeremy McWilliams, he's talking about a game plan with Tyler O'Hara. It's a 2-lap race.
Well, I think you just seen they didn't want to let Kyle Wyman get away, and you seen how aggressive Jeremy McWilliams was right off the start.
Oh, jeez. Come on. So who was that was way inside? I saw him coming down into one, just way deep.
The Stuff-O-Matic, that is probably the biggest stuff we've ever seen in baggers.
Wow.
Working together to knock him off then.
Yeah, exactly. If you can't beat him, take him out, huh?
I got a feeling Kyle Wyman's got the red mist right now, and he's going to be super aggressive. Another hard pass could be coming soon.
No point getting angry now, and just play it out, let it get finished, move on.
The next time around, they're going to get the white flag.
It's going to be hard for him to win this.
It's close.
This could get interesting. Pulls the inside. I clicked off another one. Now he just has the one rider.
He's going to be right there.
You see the horsepower. You see the pressure that Kyle Wyman's putting on.
Come on. Get him.
Oh, he's there.
He's going to be there at the carousel. He's on him. He can smell Tyler O'Hara.
So he's going to set up really wide. Tyler O'Hara's way up the inside, going to try to block. That's going to hurt his drive, though.
Yes.
Oh.
I don't know how Kyle stayed in the throttle right there. Look at this drag race coming up the front straight, side by side. Tyler O'Hara looked like he had lost that race. He got so squirrely. Kyle was on the outside, was about to be weeded in the grass. I think that was an amazing ride by Kyle Wyman.
Yeah, that was a hell of an effort. That was a hell of an effort.
They said they had a plan. That plan worked.
Yeah, I don't
Tyler
know if the
O'Hara.
plan was to punt Kyle or what.
Yeah, I'm quite sure that Kyle didn't like that plan.
The way to look at it is now you know you've been pushed wide and came back in 2 laps.
You know, clearly I got the target on my back, and I want to beat somebody clean and with respect. I'm not getting that reciprocated, so if that's how it's going to be. That's how we're going to race.
Is anger a good thing when you're racing? Does it help you or does it distract you?
Flip a coin.
It's been very difficult to start off the year with not great finishes. Almost like depressing, like I felt like I wasn't doing my part. I felt like those were my really good opportunities to get a jump start on the season in front of the guys and, you know, give me confidence and some momentum.
You're your favorite guy because you don't talk back to anything, and you're always happy to see everybody.
We're like one little happy family with me, Bree, and my dog Buddy. I don't think I'd be able to do it without her. It'd be really, really difficult to be prepared the way that I need to be.
I feel like I have to mentally prepare for our days, just like he has to mentally prepare. I definitely think I help him emotionally after a stressful weekend. Sometimes that's like 4 races a weekend. That's extremely physically draining for him, but it's everything that he signed up for and he wants. So, you know, we're here for it. Having Buddy with us, you know, that's also another little good support system for him too. He travels everywhere with us. He's like our baby. We have to have him.
Good to see you. I'm just glad you're here. I'm glad Harley's back on the track.
Thank you. Yeah, this is a good deal.
Willie G stopped by today, and Willie said, yeah, this is where we need to be at the track.
It's so cool to see him and how much he enjoys this racing and seeing what we're doing with the baggers.
To see these guys move these bikes around and watch them corner, boy, there's nothing more exciting.
You know, bringing Dave on at the beginning of the year, we went from, you know, being here and then taking the race platform up to here with all the little stuff.
Don't let him fool you. He says we work together. We spend all day throwing ratchets at each other. He's telling you fibs.
Give them hell.
I will.
Make noise.
Today's been interesting. The Mission King and the Baggers, they were able to ride in the rain in warm-up for the first time ever.
There's a lot of riders a little bit concerned about that. They've not ridden these 700-pound bikes on rain tires before, and they were wondering how it was going to react.
There's a chance that it might dry out. There's a chance it might be raining, and when we get close to race time, make a call. We're gambling for the race, no matter what we do right now.
Travis is going to be the go-to intel for these races. Yeah. I know what these feel like on a dry track, and it's
Worst thing you want is half and half. If it's going to rain, rain. If it's not going to rain, perfect.
These guys are trying to miss the dry line.
There's definitely spots that are got some dry lines, but there's also places where there isn't any. We're going slicks. From here? Yeah.
How much dry line is in turn 1, like at the start? Like, all of it. I think we gotta go slicks and then just be patient.
I'll give you 5 minutes.
In this Mission King of the Baggers race, and we're off and running.
You just can't let those guys get out front real far.
Travis Wyman now stuffs it up underneath McWilliams as they go into turn 6. Kyle Wyman, his brother, right behind, and he's going to go up underneath McWilliams into turn 7.
Here it is, Kyle. Yep. All right, time to play.
The Harley boys are trying to go to the front. The guy up front right now that hasn't won one is Travis Wyman on the 10. He's working really hard right now.
Come on, Travis.
Travis Wyman goes up the inside with about a lap and a half to go.
And you can see how much Travis Wyman has pulled that gap out.
It's gonna be all right.
Here goes the number 1 plate. Up the inside he goes. A good move by Kyle Wyman.
Yeah, come on, Kyle. Get him.
Boy, that Harley-Davidson Screaming Eagle Road Glide looking so stable under braking and in the corners. Travis Wyman leading the way.
Get.
Here we go, final time onto the front straightaway. And taking the checker flag first is Travis Wyman. Kyle holds off Jeremy McWilliams by 0.2 of a second.
The two brothers on the factory Harleys, first and second.
First victory in the bagger class for Travis Wyman, right here in Harley's backyard.
Oh, this is unreal. I took such an extra long cool down lap because I couldn't stop crying and screaming in my helmet. I'm speechless. This is amazing. I can't even believe that I won. I don't even think this is real right now. This is incredible.
All the hard work and everything I've dedicated my whole life to just came to fruition, you know? I'm getting emotional again right now. Thanks.
I'm just so happy for the team.
It's really driven by just passion. Yeah.
Was that a setup the whole time?
These baggers, what a huge growth from last year to this year.
This is some real heat that they're bringing to the table.
You know, this class is insane. Every time we get on these bikes, they just develop further and further.
We've worked really hard to make these things handle like they are doing. So you come here where there's no respite. It's constant on the brakes, on the gas, edge of the tire. It's better for us.
It's a roller coaster of a racetrack. Probably the most elevation change we see with the corkscrew and rainy and coming down 10 to 11.
Wyman just continuing to look just so one with the bike right now.
Not so bad. No, that's pretty good. Yeah, I was not expecting that one yet.
Travis Wyman hasn't even gone out yet.
I don't think Travis likes your motorcycle. Or the crew chief, or the two.
Something like that.
He wants to wait.
I know, he's playing some mind games.
Yeah, he is.
He has said from the beginning, if we've got him a bike with no issues and that he's comfortable on, he can win.
Just kind of sat and waited to see what kind of times the guys were putting in. I waited until about 10 minutes left and I saw Kyle went by and did a 10th faster than what I did in Q1. So I said, all right, time to go.
Travis on his first serious flyer. He's just magic on this bike. He put up 3 of the 4 fast sector times and pushes Kyle back into second in this session.
I broke a football field deeper than I normally would. You were so fast, you added an extra corner to the track.
We got a really good bike setting now where he's comfortable with it. And when Travis is comfortable, Travis is fast.
The bike's gotten better and, you know, we want to race. I feel like I'm gaining more confidence and, you know, telling the guys what I need and our communication's improving.
The biggest issue right now for me is my brother. He's right there. He's right there nipping on my heels. We've raced against each other for a lot of years in a lot of different categories, but we've never really had to battle each other. Our relationship has gotten a lot better over the last year and a half where we've been able to come together under this program and work together, and I want it to continue to grow and not let it get between us. And no matter what, we're brothers first.
The level that Travis is trying to ride it at, he's trying to push past his comfort level to where his brother Kyle is pushing. That takes a lot. And as a rider, you have to get your brain in that focus and that confidence of what the bike can do so you can just push that very limit.
You never stop looking at the bike until you can't look at her anymore when she rolls away. You know, have I done this? Have I checked that? Is that torqued? You have to do this. Every round you go to is another opportunity for a failure.
Pretty big championship implications going on here. The top 4 riders in the championship separated by only 13 points.
So points massively important here.
Right now we got an Indian up front with 3 Harley Davidsons right behind him. Kyle Wyman making a bid for the lead as they go up into the corkscrew. Now they're heading down into Rainy Corner.
That was a big mistake.
Up out of the seat.
Get in him. Get in there.
That allowed Kyle to go through there.
Get him, Travis. Get him too.
Second of the Wyman brothers goes through on O'Hara. You can kind of see Travis Wyman is able to start to gap O'Hara.
Rispoli giving it a go on his Vance and Hines Racing Harley Davidson Road Glide.
Come on, James. Get him.
He gets it done. He gets on the gas.
Yes, yes.
Kyle Wyman is coming around for a big win for him.
1 plus 2.5.
It seemed like for Kyle Wyman, he just needed to have a clear track in front of him to be able to run the pace and run the lines that he wanted to.
It's going to be okay, Dave.
I ain't finished yet. I enjoy watching the races afterwards. I don't enjoy them when it's going. I'm usually counting the clock down in my head, but I've always done that. All I want to do is get into that grid with him happy and get into that checkered flag, hopefully with a win, and I'm all right.
Kyle Wyman coming onto the front straightaway with a nice gap. He has a look over his shoulder, and he's got nothing but checkered flag in front of him, and will take the win in WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. And coming to the line, Travis, and it is Rispoli. So it's Wyman, Rispoli, an all Harley-Davidson podium.
How important was this victory for you in terms of the championship moving forward into these last couple of rounds?
Yeah, obviously really important, especially because we got 3 Harleys here on the podium. It's pretty special, and yeah, come on, let's hear it.
Vance and Hines put together a beautiful package. You know, we may be a satellite, but we're still a Harley, and we still locked it out. So we're stoked, man. Woo!
When you get a weekend like that and you come out of it that way, it don't get any better. Daytona can now be forgotten about. Just cast it out of your mind. We're back up where we should be.
That's the good one right there.
Here we are, Mission King of the Baggers. These big motorcycles ripping around Brainerd International Raceway in a championship that is close as you like it.
Our chances are looking really good now, you know. Travis and I are tied in points, 1 point behind Tyler O'Hara. 2 races left. If it comes down to it, where we're at Jersey and I've got a win to win the title, I feel good about my chances.
Kyle Wyman was quickest yesterday, and Tyler O'Hara was a little bit off, but this morning Tyler went out, put a good lap in, and is on the provisional pole. Went to see if one of these Wyman boys could knock him off.
I could do those all day. That's great. You can tell the way he's riding. He's super comfortable. Yeah, it's awesome to see.
Getting ready here for this 3-lap absolute dash.
Kyle looks like he has his head down. I think he's a little disappointed he didn't get that pole position. Oh, down goes O'Hara.
That was O'Hara.
Boy, that gives Kyle a huge lead now.
The thing is, he's not going to know this on his pit board.
All right, Kyle, down just...
Kyle goes down.
Oh, Kyle Wyman.
Ooh, who's that?
Oh, that's Kyle.
Oh, no. He just went down. You know, mission challenges and Kyle do not get along very well.
No. All the bagger riders talk about how far over the limit you can be on these things, and we've literally said it's like impossible to high side him. I guess not.
You all right? Yeah. He's gonna be a little sore. That was a pretty good one.
Now we know that we have to do what we have to do with the gearing to get about the top speed, right? So we need what we need here so we can get ahead and gap.
I just need to be more aggressive in the beginning to get by some of these guys.
Try to look and see what's salvageable. Exhaust is done.
Yeah, exhaust is. I actually expected a lot worse.
Yeah, it was a pretty good tumble. I got Scotty going to build forks right now.
I'll drop forks out, drop everything out of it.
Yeah, he'll check them out, but we'll just replace them anyways, and you can look through the rest.
We'll just start with the chassis and go again.
Yeah. We have a severe weather update for our viewers today. We've got red clouds coming this way.
I can confirm that it is in fact raining in Brainerd, Minnesota. It's beginning to hail.
It's not ideal because we've essentially rebuilt the bike. In an ideal world, you'd want to send him out for a couple of laps, make sure everything's running right and everything's perfect.
Over the line, you're winding down.
Travis just crashed on the final corner. Oh, that's what I heard. Travis is on his stock 1000 bike and ended up crashing on the last lap right in front of us. You know, and he only had 10 minutes before the start of our race. So he was banged up, and anytime you crash a racing motorcycle, it gets in your head a little bit.
You okay?
Yeah, 2 minutes.
We all saw it happen. It was right there. And so that was kind of like a now what moment. You know, is he even going to be okay to ride?
I need somebody to pull it.
rain sliders off of my Harley suit and put them on here.
I don't even have time to change out of my crash suit. I got dirt in my mouth. It's like, man, what do I got to do to get my head straight?
30 seconds. You got this, man. We don't want anyone else on this bike but you. You have 10 seconds. Let's go. Get going. Get going. 10, 5, Shut it down. Scotty 6 is now close. We got out. Barely.
This championship, we talked about it. It is so tight. Every lap makes a difference now.
That's it. That's a start.
Kyle's making himself a little susceptible right now. It almost looks to me like Wyman's got a problem.
Oh no, so the number 1 plate who was second in points. Oh, no, there's a bike down in the background.
Something's wrong. Mechanical. He just was gradually going backwards, and then he pulled up.
Whoa, living out the clutch line.
I saw that somebody crashed. I had fluid all over my left handlebar around my clutch. Unfortunately, we missed a small portion of repair, and that small portion resulted in pressure building up inside the engine and oil coming out of the clutch cable. It looked bad. It was bad. I'm not going to make any excuses. As soon as we saw it, we were able to fix it.
Due to Kyle's bike being the cause of the red flag, Moto America made the decision to disqualify him. We appealed that decision, and it went all the way to the time for the rescheduled race before they actually made a decision.
There are a variety of penalties they could hand out. The not letting you line up is a pretty big one. No chance to score points.
We haven't heard, would you go to the back or his original grid position since it's a restart? Yeah, we haven't heard that either. I don't know. Waiting for a final ruling, and it didn't come until we were out on hot pit, so we were getting ready like as though we were racing because that's what we had planned for.
Upheld, Kyle cannot start. For them to give Kyle that death penalty on the championship for the year for something that the team made a mistake for, wasn't Kyle's mistake, it's disappointing and it's hard to take. The one little thing can change the course of your entire season, and it did.
They're not going to let the defending champion line up, so this is a major, major swing.
The penalty for us not to be able to actually start the race was pretty harsh, I thought, but also understandable from their perspective. It is inexcusable for a factory race team to put fluid on the racetrack. I hate it for all of us, the team. I hate it for the fans. It's a huge bummer.
You did all you can do. I'm sorry.
It's not one individual. It's our collective mistake. We all have a hand in everything that happens.
Will the weather hold off until the end of this race? Temperatures have dropped significantly, the wind is picking up, and I'm feeling a little sprinkle here and there.
For the Harley team, the onus is going to be on Travis Wyman.
I feel bad for him. You know, he's got the number 1 plate for a reason. He should be out here fighting to keep it, and I'm pretty emotional about it prior to the race.
Less grip up there, but look what you did at Road America. Get it done. Here's the thing I'm going to tell you for the long game. Get out of here with points. Don't take the risk of trying to win this thing. You got to get out of here with points. 2 minutes. 2 minutes to pit lane opening. 2 minutes. What's up, Chap? Track is open, green flag, green light.
For Travis, it's been a long road of growth to try to match me, to not feel like he's playing second fiddle.
Revs are up, and we are away.
Today, he was alone in a sea of Indians, and he had to show up and do his job, and he did his job.
Get him, Trav, get him! Oh, yeah!
Travis Wyman, without his teammate in this race, trying to reel him in. He has a look over his shoulder, and he sees nothing but Tyler O'Hara.
Get him!
That's really the battle for the championship, isn't it, between those two right now. So Travis Wyman's got to do everything he can to keep going and try to stay ahead of O'Hara. Oh, Jeremy Williams is down.
Yep. You ready for some rain?
Red flag is out because of rain falling on the racetrack.
I think maybe with only 2 laps to go, they called this race and Bobby Fong is the winner.
They just say complete?
Yeah, they said this race is complete.
Well, we finished ahead of Tyler.
Finished ahead of Tyler.
Yep.
So hey, my math correct?
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
It is.
Second place today goes to HD Screaming Eagles Travis Wyman, now with the championship points lead.
First of all, I'm going to say it's a damn shame my brother Kyle's not out here. It's unfortunate to see his championship hunt go out the window like that, so I owe it all to him to even be standing up here, so to come away with a points lead is pretty incredible. The race for me, I felt strong. I felt like I was...
Last year, when they wanted to add a second rider, and I pushed for my brother to be a part of it, I think for Travis it was kind of unexpected, but I believed that he could be the guy to help us, and what that has done to bring our whole family closer together is pretty insane.
Hey, we're here for Championship Day. The gloves come off. If you're O'Hara or if you're Travis Wyman, you win the race. It doesn't matter what else anyone else does. They control their own destiny.
I feel comfortable on the bike, the most comfortable I've ever felt. Jersey's a good track for me too, so I'm excited to see what we can do. I mean, I know Tyler's strong and it'll come down to the wire, I imagine. I've probably thought about every possible scenario that could happen so far. But then thinking back to all the races, I've come from behind Tyler and beat him in every race that I've had the bike working to spec.
Travis is riding so much more aggressively and confidently. He deserves to be here. He deserves to have this chance at the championship. And as a team, we're going to do everything we can to finish the job we started.
We had a bit of a break. I'm not sure whether that did me any good. The fact that me and Kyle knew we could win it makes it worse. It was a human error. The only way to get over it is to go, okay, put it in its place, and use that as your fuel for the following year.
Today I was like, I just need to have more fun. Just need to go enjoy it. It's the last time we're gonna race these things until March. Like, stop being a sourpuss and just go enjoy it.
Really going to be fun to watch this unfold throughout qualifying and then into the racing.
Jeez. He got it.
Kyle out there immediately putting in a 25.6, even though he had that moment. That's a hot lap around this place. What are they? They're 5 seconds off Superbike times. Are these guys qualifying for the Superbike race right now?
Watch Travis Wyman comes across looking for a time of 25, and he does it. .090 over his brother Kyle. Looking good if you're Travis Wyman, and he was confident. O'Hara going back at it here. Can he close that gap in lap times to the Harleys? They've got some work to do here.
He's either like trying so hard that he's squirrely and slow, or he's like playing a game, like we've seen him do before.
I'm not going to lead you around the racetrack. They both sat up and looked back, just wasting each other's time. So I just let them go and then went back out.
They're waiting for Travis.
What are they doing? Just blocking his line?
Yeah, seems like it.
Looks like maybe something let go on Tyler's bike. He's got his hand in the air. That's not a good situation for Tyler.
Tyler just had mechanical, so he won't be around. You'll roll around. Yeah, right. Jerry. Maybe start cards here. Really? It's a different approach for you. Sector 1. Purple for number 10.
No, Travis is on a flyer.
Settle down, kid. We already have it clear.
Travis Wyman trying to beat a 125.93. We'll see if he can do it.
Yes, a 125.4, so we found a half a second. But look at Bro just behind.
Kyle.
Finding some love in that first sector
Yeah,
again.
he is. That's quick. We may see a 24 out of a bagger here today.
Oh, Kyle just went purple one.
He is smoking the record right now. Is this going to be the fastest lap ever here at NJMP on a bagger?
Purple again.
Jesus God.
24.5. A 1:24.55. He has done it. That's making a statement.
That is a huge statement for Harley Davidson here today. That is a smoking fast lap.
Just gonna go right around. Not gonna throw a lap down. Yeah, have fun.
24.5. One of the best laps of my life.
Really? Yeah. Now put a little jingle in your pocket.
All right, here we go. It's a 3-lap sprint to the finish.
The Harleys already showing their speed, putting a little bit of gap between themselves and Bobby Fong on the Indian Challenger.
Taking the victory, Kyle Wyman.
Yes! Nice race.
Kyle celebrating that win today, $5,000.
I don't think 3 laps in a race have quite meant so much for a long, long time. It was another opportunity to show everybody exactly what we're capable of and the times that we can put down.
Looks like you at least want to go out making a mark this weekend.
We're making the Harley Davidson fans happy today. Pole at a 24.5 on a Harley Davidson Road Glide. That is insane. Obviously, I want to be champion, but you know, we're racers, man. We got big egos. We always feel like we want to be the one to beat, but it can't always be about me. This is what's meant for me right now, because it's not my time, it's Travis's time. I'm super proud of him, and he's every bit as good as anyone out there. You know, we want to get this championship for Travis. You know, he's earned it.
All right, teammates and brothers, looking fast, Kyle Wyman. Those Harleys have been unbelievably fast, what the Wyman brothers have been able to do, but that was in the dry.
We're keeping an eye on the skies and keeping an eye on the radar, and we'll be prepared to go with whatever direction. We spent hours into the night last night planning a wet setup.
You know, I feel like we could get away in the dry, the two of us, and bring home that title, but it's unfortunate that it's going to come down to this anything goes, all bets are off, maybe rain race type of deal. Fingers crossed for dry. Go smoke them if it's dry.
If you can keep that contact patch with the ground, with the wet rain tire, they're good, they're amazing. But the minute you get a situation where you're going through puddles and you're aquaplaning, it's all over.
These guys are going pretty quick, but they're obviously taking a lot of risks, and it's not raining right now. So who knows what kind of condition we're gonna have. The weather throws a whole curveball into the equation. The rain here at Jersey sucks. If it was any other track, I'd feel more confident. This place will put you on the ground before you even know what you did wrong.
We're not going full wet on ours.
I think that's the best situation.
As we were trying to figure out what the conditions were going to be like, it got pretty hectic closer to race time because it started to dry out. The track was totally dry, so we're like, which way do we go with the suspension?
Go intermediate.
You grab me the right side dry shock out of that box. All right, Scotty, I'm ready for you.
Then the last like 3 or 4 laps of the Superbike race, it started raining again.
It all comes down to this, and unfortunately the rain has certainly picked up since the last race that we saw.
Watching the clock, right?
We're pretty much out of time.
5 minutes to pit lane opening for baggers.
Full wet? Yep. We need to do that. The dry shot, yes, you don't need the wet.
One minute to pit lane opening, 1 minute.
Bring it home, man.
Feels good.
Feels good, he said?
Yep.
Rain is falling, and that really is going to make things interesting.
Yeah, as if we needed any more pressure for these riders.
Man, this is almost a can't run it.
It's hard to see all of a sudden.
This is going to be dangerous.
Travis Wyman leads this championship, 106 to Tyler O'Hara, 103.
Tyler O'Hara has been waiting for this to happen. The rain is here. Kyle's going to be fast. Travis is going to be fast. How much do you push it if you're the two Harley guys?
Seven laps scheduled for Mission King of the Baggers for the national championship. Does the number 1 plate move to Travis Wyman or Tyler O'Hara?
Now it's going to be just full on wet.
It's time to get racing. Clutches are out, here we go. Wheels are spinning on the line.
It's going to be Kyle Wyman leading the way in. Travis Wyman, he's got to try to bridge this gap to the first and second place riders at the moment.
He's just going to sit there and watch a little bit, figure out what he can do.
It was a big gap to make up.
Yeah, but it's a good place to be when it's wet. You can see what you can and can't do.
Just fell down out of this race right now, and that thing was gone in an instant.
Unbelievable. The championship points leader with the number 1 plate so close is down and out of this race.
Good luck, Travis.
For me and my brother, racing for Harley Davidson now, it's storybook. I mean, like, I wish my grandpa was still around to see us. It's kind of like a dream. And I think it's only the beginning.
Up and continuing. He could still go down too.
He was going to have to pass him. I mean, he went down fighting for it.
I am impressed. Wet grass, picking up a 600-pound bagger.
You do the squats that you've never done before.
True. He's not a big fella.
His quad's going to be burning tomorrow.
Yeah.
Kyle Wyman's got one focus only, and that is to bring this number 1 plate home for the final race of the season and stand on top of the box for Harley Davidson.
Come on, Kyle. Bring him in.
And Wyman will take the win and win the battle, but the war goes to Tyler O'Hara.
It's a hell of a season. You know, we always say in racing, it's, you know, you get these high highs and these low lows, and we managed to do them all at the same time. You know, a great victory for Kyle and just a crushing blow for Travis, but that's the way racing goes sometimes.
It's obviously tough, you know. We all expected to come out of here winning, and definitely would have if it was dry. It's the first crash I've had all season, and it's the one that counted, but I made sure to get it back up and get rolling. Rode as hard as I could and left it all out there. We'll come back stronger next year.
Dude, I would have been stranded out there. I saw the parts scattered in turn 10, so I figured it must have been him, and I was bummed for him. You know, I'm proud of him for pushing and rather crash trying than not take that risk.
Having rain at New Jersey is never any fun, and I don't ever want to do that again. So 3 wins on the year. Let's keep it going next year.
Congratulations, today's race winner, Kyle Wyman.
We have come such a long way in such a short amount of time that I'm happy to see how quickly the smiles came back, because we won this year. To run over there, pick up a 620-pound bike and finish the race, that's a champion. After everything that happened at Brainerd, to come out and put that ride in, that was a championship ride. Thank you. Take a long time to get home, but I need you back at work for next year on Monday.
Just want to say, like, thank you guys. You guys are the most passionate group of I've ever met in my entire life. And I'm proud to be a part of this team.
Good, man.
Yeah.
Proud to have you.
Thank you. I feel good about the season we put together. I wish it could have meant more today. You know, to win that race and be able to retain the #1 plate. And I'm going to be hungry as ever to take it back next year.
We have unfinished business. We have the best package out there and the best couple of riders in this series to go out and bring the #1 plate back.
I'm going to keep bringing the heat. It's business as usual, and by business as usual, I mean like it's coming.